All right, let's get right into part two. Number 10 is Arcades from Kid Frisino. This song was made in 2018, but I'm bending the rules to include it because I like it so much. And I hadn't heard it until 2019, and I played it so much that this list wouldn't be the same without it. Kid Frisino is a Japanese rapper who has two songs that I like so far, Arcades and Coincidences. Arcades is more hooky and benefits greatly from a feature by a female singer-rapper named Nene, which really puts it over the top. I love the beat and how Nene's voice is incorporated into it. The videos for both songs are worth checking out because they are beautifully shot and give you cool glimpses of Japan. Songs 11, 12, and 13, Yellow, 100 Degrees, and Kids by Rich Brian. Now, I know this was released stateside, but given the fact that Rich Brian is originally from Indonesia, I did want to put him into my international section. Rich Brian first hit the scene with the viral single Dat Stick under the cringeworthy name Rich Chigga. I'm glad he dropped the shock value moniker and switched up his name to Rich Brian because he's clearly talented enough to rely on his skills rather than on gimmicks, as his excellent new album, The Sailor, proves. He continues to grow as an artist, and the first two singles, Yellow and Kids, both display that. Kids feels like a Drake song, where he is celebrating where he comes from and how hard he has worked to get to where he is now. The beat has a stature of royal importance and success, and the video has great shots of him in his home country of Indonesia. 100 Degrees is an upbeat, catchy pop song, which is easy and enjoyable to listen to, but Yellow is on another level and is a finalist for my Song of the Year honors. With this one, Rich Brian shows off his ability to not only rap, but to sing with soul. The beat music shift midway through reveals lush and grandiose orchestral strings, and the video follows suit, perfectly illustrating the themes within the song. This is a very special work and one which I feel should be seen and celebrated, and I eagerly await what comes next from him. Now here's group number 3. This is the mainstream. Bop by DaBaby. DaBaby is my pick for Flash of the Year 2019. I'll do a video of revealing my Flash for prior years, but basically a Flash is what I call an artist who has a hit song much bigger than his others, and then never quite reaches the same peak again. But they are big when they have their moment. I'm not wishing this on DaBaby, and I know he is very popular right now, but in many cases it's not even the fault of the artist, but rather it's more of a symptom of the record industry that flashes occur so often, especially in rap music. We'll go into this concept more in a future video, but suffice it to say that Bop by DaBaby was a huge song, and I would be lying if I had said that I didn't enjoy it or bump it, and I'm guessing that many of you probably did too. Numbers 15 and 16, Circles and Goodbyes by Post Malone. It's always good to keep an open mind. This is especially true of some of my favorite songs of this year, as I thoroughly enjoyed music by Jaden Smith, Post Malone, and Kanye West. More on that later. I thought Post Malone was wildly overrated after his first album. I thought he made good, solid music, and I liked White Iverson when it first came out. I thought Congratulations was good, but 1.1 billion views good? I certainly didn't think that. Then I heard Goodbyes, and I couldn't front on it. Great video, beautiful melodies, Young Thug's feature is great, and it disarmed my bias, and I gave in, and I enjoyed it. And then Circles came out, and that was even better. There's a skill to making a great pop song, just like there's a skill in making a great song in any other musical genre. And right now, Post Malone is one of the best in the game at it. So I give him props for that, and I consider listening to his music time well spent. Numbers 17 and 18, Billie Eilish and Thom Yorke, I Love You, and the last I heard, he was circling down the drain. These are my two non-hip-hop songs for this list. First, the Billie Eilish song, I Love You. While Bad Guy and Bury a Friend were getting hundreds of millions of views and dominating the airwaves, it was the second song that she performed when she was on Saturday Night Live which really struck me. That song was I Love You, and it's in sharp contrast to everything else that I've heard from her. It is melodic, soft, and vulnerable, with the emotions less scary and more empathetic. All of her music feels real. I always find her believable, but in this one I find her more relatable, and I'm glad that she shows that level of range. Thom Yorke is making fantastic music on his own for the last few years after deciding to make music outside of his band Radiohead, which he fronts. The tracks that I've heard from his 2018 soundtrack for the remake of Suspiria is gorgeous, atmospheric, and haunting. Those characteristics can also be found in this past year's Last I Heard, He Was Circling Down the Drain. I would have to award this video of the year. It's scary, it perfectly matches the feel of the song, and it's both technically exquisite and emotionally powerful. The song is strong on its own, but the video adds a tremendous amount to the experience, so please check it out. I love being reminded how talented artists can be, and I think this is a great example of that. Songs 19, 20, and 21, Where's the Catch, Barefoot in the Park, and Mile High by James Blake, featuring Andre 3000, Rosalia, and Travis Scott, respectively. I hadn't really listened much to James Blake, before his 2019 album Assume Form, but I'm glad I came across it because I love the chill vibe of his downbeat hip-hop vocal hybrids. Where's the Catch gives us another Andre 3000 sighting on a song that easily could be on a sequel to The Love Below. Barefoot in the Park features a beautiful, delicate vocal by Rosalia who guides you into a heavenly dream. And Mile High, with its Get Out-inspired video, is as good a Travis Scott feature as Chopsticks with Schoolboy Q is a horrible one. And speaking of Travis Scott, number 22, Highest in the Room. Travis Scott is in top form with Highest in the Room, another piece of psychedelic trip hip-hop. This is what he does best. And with the final section of the song, he takes it to a grandiose crescendo that makes it seem like he's having a Kanye West moment. Definitely check out the video if you haven't seen it. He's an artist that's good for both the eyes and the ears. And I will stop there and say please check out part 3. That'll be the conclusion of my list. Send me your comments. I'm anxious to hear what you think of the songs that I've mentioned here today. Thank you.